Good afternoon, this is Lauren Denny Wright bringing you video blog number 10. Today's topic is going to be on picking literature for your ensemble and planning your concert for the semester. The most important thing that I've found that you need to take into consideration is the number of rehearsals that you're going to have leading up into your concert. If you have a concert that's starting closer to the beginning of the semester, you're not going to have as many rehearsals as you think you might have. So literally sitting down with the calendar and counting the number of days that you have and writing those down so you'll know exactly how many rehearsals you have can really help when it comes to planning your program. Also, you want to set the schedule. After you've sat down and looked at the number of days that you have to rehearse, you want to sit down and think about which piece you want to rehearse on which day. If you have a particularly challenging piece, you know it's going to need some more rehearsal time. That's going to take up several of your time slots and might not leave enough time to put that extra piece in there that you're wanting to program. The other thing is you want to make sure you post your rehearsal schedule for each week early enough so that the students know what they need to be practicing. This is really important, especially if you do a rotation in your ensemble like I do, where every player doesn't play on exactly on every single piece. That way they have an idea of what their schedule is going to look like. 'Cause you have to remember they have other classes besides yours that they need to be paying attention to. Also, take into consideration if you have a guest soloist, like a pianist or even a guest conductor. You need to write down what days they're going to be available and kind of plan your rehearsal schedules around that. You want to, of course, have the ensemble as prepared as possible leading up into that rehearsal with the guest artist. So you want to make sure you have everything ready to go and make sure you mark that down when you have your calendar set out of the rehearsal days that how many rehearsals you have for the semester. The next thing is make sure you stay patient. We get in a frenzy and we realize, oh no, we only have 10 rehearsals left, and then you start panicking. If you start panicking, then your ensemble is going to feel the stress, and then they're going to start panicking, and then you're just not going to have a good rehearsal. So make sure to stay relaxed. Remember that everything is not going to happen instantly, and that we have to wait and just plan each rehearsal the best you can, and just know going into it, it's not going to be perfect. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. You also want to take the skill of your ensemble into consideration when you're picking the program. This may seem pretty obvious, but a lot of times people overprogram for concerts. They say, oh yeah, we can play this piece, and then you get in there and you realize it's a little bit harder than you thought, and your ensemble is taking more of those very important rehearsal slots for that one piece of music than what you had originally planned, and then the other pieces are going to suffer as a result. So make sure that you take the skill of your ensemble and make sure that the pieces match the skill set that you have for the pieces, and that matches the ensemble. You still want to push the group. You don't want to hold back necessarily, but you don't want to over program. You want to have pieces of music that make the ensemble feel good about themselves, to kind of push their confidence and make them realize that they really can make great music. But you also want to have pieces that challenge them so that you can grow so that they can grow as musicians. You have to remember that it really is all about the students. Don't pick pieces of music that you like because you want to do them as a conductor. You need to pick pieces of music that are really going to help your students grow as musicians. Remember, it's their education, they're paying to go to school, and you really need to make sure that they're learning something from the pieces that you are choosing. So that is really important. So just make sure that you are really organized, that you sit down and plan everything out the best that you can. I tend to take a piece of paper and just actually write out each day from when I'm starting rehearsal until my concert date. And I write down each day, and I try and get an idea of what I want to do each day based on my score studying, because I know what the pieces demand. So then I have a pretty good idea. I don't post the whole thing or anything like that, but it gives me an idea, and knowing that subject to change as I get going into rehearsals, things may go better than I thought that they would. So, but it helps me to feel confident and organized, and knowing that I have a plan. Having a plan is really important, and then your students feel more comfortable as a result. So I hope that this information on picking ensemble literature and how to plan for a concert was helpful, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again soon. In the meantime, have a great rest of the week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.